going on with this Wendy Chu character? All she does is go and harass beautiful women. They are just, they're all victims. What did Toxic Attraction do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. They didn't do nothing. What did Tiffany Stratton do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. Leave these women alone, Wendy.
They are the bad women, Dark. They the bad women. They heels, man. They are heels. Christian, dude, I'm so glad they letting him do this right now, especially with MJF being gone. Right now, Christian is like, you know what? I got you. MJF gone. I got you. Let me be this.
Like they were pissed off that these guys had the belts. They're just like, this was a prestigious title down in the UK, and now you guys have it. And now you have these two freaking idiot country people in the fucking ring going like, yeah, fucking.
We're gonna drink beer and all that bullshit.
Hey, all right.
Or Jesus Christ, they're gonna lose. She's gonna lose her fucking passion, dude.
On the screen. Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't see that? Oh, yeah. Simi proposed to take Auntie. Yeah, they're engaged now.
Well, damn, she got 2 months. And it's gonna be over, buddy. Over.
What about Rosemary, Tony?
Bruh. Rosemary is okay at times.
I just heard laughing. I didn't even hear it.
Right, he didn't even respond. He just started laughing. That's disrespectful.
Into the pay-per-view, just 1 hour. Oh!
2 matches, 3 matches?
3 matches.
3 matches.
Yep, 3 matches.
And we know the Jericho match is going to be at least 45
How do you feel about this match? Now it's over?
I'm just glad it's over and done.
Okay, Ernest.
I feel like they could do some things with it. Kind of like back in the day with, when they had DOA versus Los Moretas, I think that was their name, versus the Nation, those 3 groups. We joked about this before. It's like they were so racist back in the day because they had a redneck group, bald-headed bikers versus an all Puerto Rican group versus an all black group. And they was throwing racial slurs just left and right. And it was like, we was watching this as kids like, yeah,
let's go!
What? Let's go. Like, no, we're done. We're done. I'm gonna cut a Michael Cole promo like they did on Sasha and Naomi.
He let us all down. He let the millions of you guys down.
He let us all down, guys.
So now we're having a whole conversation between Madcap Moss and Heyman. Now we go to a thing for SummerSlam. Then we get the thing of Roman Reigns and Lesnar on the big screen so that Theory can fucking react to that on there. And he's just tapping his Money in the Bank. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Money in the Bank. Then Madcap comes out and the match actually starts. That's fucking 20 minutes of my time. What are you doing? Why? What the hell was all that?
Imagine being in the arena.
What was all of that? Oh, Jesus. I was done. I was off. I didn't care. I did not care about whatever happened. That was it. I was done. I was done. 20 minutes just for Madcap to get to the ring for the bell to start? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And what if Theory was waiting in there doing nothing for 20 minutes? Are you serious? Get out of here, bro.
Your comment don't make sense. If they want Theory to go over more, all you gotta do is have this man win at SummerSlam, beat Bobby Lashley, and cash in.
Bro,
you can't get more over than that.
That's what makes even less sense. It's like, why are you starting a program with Dolph Ziggler? He already has a program with Bobby Lashley. He's got a title match.
And he's putting himself in the program with Roman and Brock as well.
Why does he need this? Like, this is what I'm saying.
Where does Dolph come in at?
Where? I didn't see this. So we're doing a lot of this right now. We're just doing a lot of this.
Bruh, I don't know what's going on. And
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back with another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast. We had to go with the throwback. Intro, man, just to remind y'all of how it was just a year ago. Not even a year ago, just 7-8 months ago, where all we did was get on here. It was like, what is happening? What is going on? I don't understand nothing. Nothing makes sense about WWE. Like, we was mad every episode.
Every week. That's all that was.
Yeah.
That was a montage of confusion.
It's hilarious. Like, we were mad every episode trying to figure out what the hell was going on. But we are here. Shout out to the Noti Gang, Bobarooski in here. Shout out to Bobarooski, man.
Noti Gang. Bob is the man of the hour, the man of the week, the superstar of the week, Bobarooski.
There you go.
The Hail Mary of a guest that ended up being right. Crazy.
With Reggie, which we're gonna get into, which is hilarious. Let me make sure I'm live. Yeah, I am live on YouTube and Twitch. I had to double check both of them. Mm-hmm. But Noti Gang, you coming in real slow on these Sundays when the NFL going on. I need y'all to get back on it how y'all used to be before the NFL season started. Hey, the games are done. You only got one game that's about to play, and that's the Eagles about to take that L, to the Packers. They about to take that L to the Packers.
Get that out of here. We don't want that energy.
I'm just throwing it out there now, so you can be ready for it. But before we get into this busy week in wrestling, we got our power
trying
rankings.
To catch these hands. That's what I hear right now.
See. Hey, look. You see, he threatening me, y'all. He threatening me on stream, y'all. He's trying to come on Twitch, ban him, Twitch.
Oh shoot!
But before we get to this busy week of wrestling, how's your day? How's your weekend? All that going?
Day has been good. Week has been good. Very productive. Yeah, Philly. Yes, sir. Round of applause for Philly over on my end. We appreciate you, my guy. We appreciate you. But yeah, day's been pretty productive, so I don't have anything to complain about. What about you? How about you, Dope? Philly? Hey, that's what I'm saying, man.
Again, to Philly Web. I'm glad to see y'all finally put out them black helmets. I've been waiting to see those, man. I like those. The black helmets. Y'all doing all black tonight. So, but I've been all right, man. Today could have been better. I just lost to Dez Bryant again in Madden, which, it is what it is on that. The part that got me mad is my capture card would not read for some reason. My Elgato capture card just decided it's not reading today. Like, I don't understand what's going on with the capture card. And Dez actually got on the mic, and we had a full conversation for about 35-40 minutes. That could have led to some podcast clips. And yeah, it wouldn't record. So, but it is what it is. I'm gonna figure that out. To Philly Web again. Philly Web is full of jokes tonight. And I don't even like talking bad about hers, but stop it.
Hey, you know what time it is. They don't have to believe. We do. Hey, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah. It's going to be cry, Eagles, cry pretty soon.
Hey.
It's going to be cry, Eagles, cry pretty soon,
I didn't say nothing to you all week when I saw that caption on that video. I was pissed.
Hey, man. I told y'all was going to lose, man.
Hey, that was foul, though. That was foul.
I told y'all they was going to lose to Washington. Everybody was like, oh, no, you just hating. Nah, man. The matchups are crazy, especially, and Washington is super hot right now. So, Washington won again today. So, but we'll get into that,
That face, man. Oh, boy. Hey. Shoo.
Hey.
Dunk says the Chiefs won, and that's all is good. All right, there you go.
Who won?
The Chiefs won. He said the Chiefs won.
Man, F the Chiefs. That's who Dez had when he beat me just now. So F the Chiefs right now. He want to play with the best team, the best quarterback, and just throw the ball deep and stuff. F the Chiefs, man. Now that's a good win by the Chiefs. They should have won. They 9-2, by the way. But we'll save all the sports stuff for Tuesday, man. We do sports podcasts on Tuesday mornings. Y'all need to come through 10:45 or 11 o'clock around that time. It really depends on get the tables. Sometimes we have computer issues too, but you know how it go with technology, man. They don't want to let us be great. Shut up. Go ahead.
Nah, I agree.
Yeah, like I had a great opportunity to record and stream today with this, and it just black screen, bruh. And it's still doing the black screen. Like I don't know. I've never had problems with that capture card, and it's all of a sudden doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Philly Web, y'all not doing nothing. Y'all gonna be, if we at home, y'all gonna be sitting at home with us. So what that mean? We'll see you December 24th, the day before Christmas. I can't wait to get on here and be like, Merry Christmas to all the Eagles fans. You know, who's crying and, you know, got snot bubbles coming out your nose.
Hey, dope. What happened the first time?
Oh, y'all beat Cooper. Y'all barely beat Cooper Rush. Good job. Good job.
Hey,
at
dope.
home, y'all barely beat Cooper Rush.
What happened to y'all on Thanksgiving?
We won.
Oh, you did win?
Yes.
They didn't even make headlines, I guess. See, that's
See
my
that?
problem.
Oh,
Hey.
you mean we had the most watched NFL game in history with over 40 million people? I know. Good job, Philly Web. Y'all beat Cooper Rush. Oh, great, man. Y'all the best. Super Bowl because you beat Cooper Rush.
Hey, Philly, they hate greatness. That's what this is right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
This is why we don't talk about football on this podcast, especially with me being an Eagles fan and Dope being a Dallas fan. It would our friendship would go sour very quickly.
The Chiefs are greatness. The Birds are just having a winning season playing mediocre teams right now. You know, let's see if they keep it up. I'm glad y'all so happy. It's gonna make the downfall so much better when y'all get put out. Like, I'm glad y'all happy. Y'all talking Super Bowl. I got people, my homies on Facebook talking about, yeah, we're gonna beat the Bills in the Super Bowl and start. They already doing like matchups. Like, oh, you just sure you playing the Bills? First of all, the Bills ain't making it either. But yeah, you're gonna play the Bills and Josh Allen is gonna throw picks and all that. That's why you think you're gonna win the Super Bowl. Y'all already got it mapped out in your head. It's gonna be so hilarious when y'all lose the first playoff game that you play.
We're gonna see. But hey, I believe. That's all I know. I believe. You said Super Bowl will come through Philly and the NFC. No one is beating us at the link. My boy. Right. That's right. That's right.
How many drums you want? You want all of them? I got all the drums for you on that one because that's hilarious. But shut up about football, Philly. Let's get into the wrestling. Let's start with Monday Night Raw. We go talk about Survivor Series. So we're gonna skim through just facts, yeah, in your mind, in your little loony land. That's what it is, Philly. Well, I appreciate the Eagles because y'all proving my fact when I said about Jalen Hurts. I've been the only one talking about Jalen Hurts since the offseason. Not Skip, not Stephen A, not any of them. If you look at the history, they all down talk Jalen Hurts in the offseason. I was the one that was hyping him up, saying he's better than what they think he is, and now he's getting to show it. So I do appreciate that aspect of it. I'm not a Philly hater, honestly. I hate the fans, you know, most fans, but I'm not a Philly hater. When they had Vic, I was cheering for him. Like, I wanted Vic to win a ring in Philly. Like, I don't hate the Eagles. I hate their fans. And what made me hate their fans is, one, the first time I started hating them was when Michael Irvin got hurt in Philly, ended his career, and they cheered. Michael Irvin was like my favorite, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver. And he got hurt, hit his head on the turf, ended his career, and they was cheering. So I was like, all right, I hate y'all for that. And then when y'all won the Super Bowl, I was cheering for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Y'all won that one Super Bowl, and y'all just acted crazy. Like, I thought Saints fans was bad because the Saints did the same thing after they won Super Bowl. Y'all just started talking all crazy. Like, hold on, B words. Y'all won one.
Hey, imagine what happens when the second one comes to Philly.
It's not happening now. Just like the Saints. Just like the Saints. It's not happening now.
Second one. Hey, you should want Philly to win the second Super Bowl, because when that happens, this is going to be an atomic. There's going to be a crater like the size of an atomic bomb, where the city used to be. You won't even have to worry about Philly no more if they win the second one.
Y'all tore the damn city down just the first time, and then got super arrogant, just like New Orleans did. That's why New Orleans ain't been back, because they got too arrogant. The fans got too arrogant. So, it's like, okay, the football guy was like, oh, that's how y'all act when y'all win? Not again. Never happening again. Oh, yeah, Philly people was trying to trade Hurts. Don't get me started on that. Trust me, I was the one up talking Hurts all season. So I'm glad Hurts is balling.
Years of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has not been easy. It has been very difficult.
Hey, buddy, we haven't won since '95.
Oh, you guys were
So, like, yeah. Lucky for me, I was alive to see it, and I remember it. And we taped all of them, so we watched it over and over. But yeah, man, that's a long time. My kids ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta change. So we in a whole nother generation right now. They ain't never seen it, but they just think the Cowboys are trash. They don't know the history. But yeah, it's tough being a Cowboys fan. I ain't gonna lie. But Eagles fans, they are just pathetic. Like Philly fans in Philly, they go to that throws beer at Vikings fans for no reason, just because they showed up to the game in their jerseys, and you hitting them with full cans of beer. Like, you're ass. Philly's ass.
Well, I would like to classify two different types of Philly fans because I wouldn't do that to somebody. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, I'm still gonna hope for Philly to win this Super Bowl. Whatever happens to the city, hey, God bless you people. You do what you want. I don't live there. I just support your team. I think y'all are great. I think you're gonna do great things in the Super Bowl.
Speaking of McNabb, I was cheering for y'all that Super Bowl too. I was pissed at McNabb. I was highly pissed at McNabb for that Super Bowl performance because T.O. came back on a broken leg and was balling his butt off, and McNabb was screwed it up. So trust me, dude. I know you. I was cheering for Philly super hard. So what up? Get the tables. Make sure y'all follow Get the Tables as well.
Donovan, man, good lord, that was a quarterback.
He said guaranteed. Dude, they hadn't even got in the stadium yet. Philly Webb. They were literally walking. The guy was walking his girlfriend to the stadium, and they was posted outside like a Soul Train line, and they was just throwing beer at this person, throwing beer at him. Like, I get it if it was two men a little bit. I'm like, okay, because two men will fight you. But all y'all, and it's a woman involved, like, nah, bro. Y'all trash. Philly fans are trash. They're the shit stain of American sports teams. Fans. Philly Eagles fans in Philly. And one of these days, I am gonna pull up at an Eagles Cowboys game in Philly. Hopefully it's next year. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna have a Cowboys jersey on. I don't care if I get banned from that stadium because I don't give a damn about that stadium. That's not my team. I don't live there. So you hit me with a beer, I'm gonna fight.
All I want to say is one of my best experiences this year has been going to a bar randomly, watching the Cowboys and Philly play. And the gentleman beside me, I looked and he was in all Cowboys gear, Cowboys hat, Cowboys jersey, pounding the bar, getting very upset. And I just smiled the whole time. And then he said, I'm not watching the rest of this game anymore. I'm going back to my hotel room. I'm done with this. And I watched the rest of the game at that bar, guys. It was a pretty good night.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Y'all finally got to win. They talking about good luck. First of all, I ain't going alone, and I ain't worried about getting in and out. Trust me, I'm good. I'm good with mine. Babaruski and Philly Webb. Especially if half of them go be drunk. That's an easy knockout right there. They ain't not even functioning straight right now. That's easy. Like, stop. But let's get into the rest of the week. Well, we ain't even start the first week. Actually, let's get into the first thing of wrestling. Let me get Monday Night Raw up. And if y'all want to join the show, y'all know what it is. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. We can join the show. We're gonna skim through Raw and SmackDown because Survivor Series happened. So we're just gonna talk about some of the bigger things that happened on Raw and SmackDown. That way we could,
Do you want to go through Raw and SmackDown real quick together and just get them both out? What our highlights were together?
Yeah, we can.
Since Survivor Series was basically the big show of the week.
So let me ask you this. Let's get straight to Shotzi because I want to see what you would have done after you found out that Shotzi won the number one contendership and you had 2 weeks to make her look strong. I've already posted a video about this, a YouTube exclusive, but I didn't get your idea. What would you have done in these past 2 weeks to make Shotzi look strong?
So last night they mentioned that Shotzi was doing this match, which I heard this part and it just floored me. They
Yeah.
mentioned that Shotzi was having this match for, and she kissed she kissed her mouth and then pointed towards the sky, and she said, "This is for you, Dad." And Michael Cole was just like, Shotzi's doing this for her father who had recently passed away. I had a storyline right there for the taking. So
She did that Friday?
off rip, that's what I would have focused this around. This entire run, I would have just focused around Shotzi and her father, and saying that, you know, you never got to see me have a championship title match, so I'm doing this for you. And then you could have Ronda come out and just play a heel to that. I still would not have Shotzi and what's her name?
Shayna.
Shayna. I wouldn't have that as a match. If you had 2 weeks, then on the first week I would have them teasing her and say that we'll have a tag match with you next week, and then do exactly what they did this week, and then have Ronda go over by like them dismantling the team the way they did, because I thought that match that they had was good, but this build up to this point wasn't great. So, and then you could go into this match, and it's still an uphill battle. There's still a lot more that will need to be done with Shotzi, but like, you've told the best story that you could, in my opinion.
You think that's the best story they could have did?
What would you have done? What would you have done?
So the fact that they went for shock value, because everybody assumed that Raquel was going to win that match, including myself. Once we saw the people that was in it, it was like, okay, nobody else has really been built up. Nobody on the fly outside of Raquel can actually give her a good match, right? They went with Shotzi. Cool. They did the complete opposite than what I said to do. I said, do not put Shotzi in a match with Shayna and have her barely escape with a win. And that's exactly what they did the same night.
They should not have done that.
What I would have done, since it's only 2 weeks and you have to make this look believable, or just give us some type of, credit, I would have had her attack Shayna. When Shayna got backstage in her face, I would have had her attack Shayna, push Shayna down for that episode. The next week, attack Shayna again before the match and say Shayna is not unable to compete because Shotzi took her out backstage. So that's 2 weeks in a row you didn't got Shotzi looking strong, and then have her and Ronda have some type of back and forth where Shotzi ended up getting the best of it.
I was gonna say, because Shotzi's kind of that like that crazy, like,
right,
unpredictable character. You really could have had her just pull crazy backstage segments,
exactly,
with the two of them just really, really annihilating them. Yeah, I think that would have been a really good idea. So,
and that's what I would have done, considering we only had 2 weeks to, Tony hates women wrestling. I'm gonna keep saying it because he last night he was talking all about. He said Jordan Grace was overrated.
Wow, Tony, did you see that match she had with Masha Slamovich at Bound for Glory?
We asked him this last night.
That same question?
Yeah,
that was the best match on that show.
Yeah. You said Jordan Grace is overrated,
buddy. Oh man,
he don't like Raquel. Of course, he don't like Becky and DMD.
The Becky thing.
No.
But I don't know this Jordan Grace. I don't know about that. That's wild.
So, yeah. So the ongoing joke last night was Get the Tables do not like women's wrestling. That's what it was. But yeah, with Shotzi, man, that's what I would have done. I would have had her just go crazy, be that wild card factor, kind of like what Leah Morgan was doing with Sonya Deville, where she was just going crazy backstage, deranged and whatnot, and she was just attacking Sonya when diving on the tables and all that crap. That's a Shotzi thing. That's what she does. I would have had Shotzi have run Shayna up, bounce her head a couple times against the little garage door, and then catch Ronda from behind, sneaker, while Ronda is looking for Shayna. Because if you go head to head, Ronda's gonna take it down easily. So sneaker from behind, have a kendo stick or whatever you can use that's you're able to use on Fox TV. Take a hitter with a chair or something. Oh yeah, he did say Gail Kim. He didn't. I think he said Gail Kim was overrated too or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
he does hate women's wrestling. Huh?
There you go. I'm trying to tell you,
man.
He don't like women's wrestling. So I don't understand what's going on with that with Tony. But, But that's what I would have done with Shotzi, man. But he said Grace has her moments. Wow. There's a lot of good moments. Like pretty much every match, every other match. Really, she's been killing it the last year, nonstop. Jordan Grace has been killing with men and women. So
I'm shocked.
Bob Baruski Gail is always shitting on WWE, so he's right about that part. She is. Like she's that petty ex-girlfriend that just would not leave you alone and let you live your life. That's what she is. I love good women's wrestling. Not if you calling Jordan Grace overrated, my guy. That we definitely not doing that.
So when is Bray Wyatt gonna make his character's debut? When do you think that's gonna happen? Because I was hoping for something at Survivor Series, like maybe like what's his name? LA Knight gets pissed off and he just comes to the ring and he's just like, I'm tired of this,
Well, his
come to
arm
the
is-
ring and face me. But man,
his arm is like in a sling, and then he just got attacked again. So what is he gonna do now?
I don't know, man. But this is just crazy. I'm waiting for some type of payoff, but it's taking a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying I'm not in a hurry to see him in the ring because last time when they put the Fiend in the ring, that's when everything started going downhill. So I would like to actually see the attacks now versus the red. Now that we didn't got two where we didn't see nothing and he just laid out, I would like to see an attack now. Now we can start getting that where he's getting physical backstage. We need to start moving up to that tier of it. But yeah, that's other than that, I'm not in a hurry, man. I saw what happened to him last time they put him in the ring. And it just I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that happen to him again, man. So, but as far as Monday Night Raw, did anything stand out to you outside of Becky coming back?
I mean the brawl with the Judgment Day and what was it called? The OC was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I feel bad for Ali. I feel really bad for Ali, bro.
Man.
Like, because all he was used for this episode was just a device for this triple threat match, which we'll talk about. He's just like fallen by the wayside like crazy. Feel bad for Gargano too. I thought that was really stupid. I was like, damn, bro, really already?
Yeah.
That sucked. But yeah, nothing else really stood out to me on Raw. It was just a setup episode for what is it called?
Survivor
War
Series.
Yeah.
What you think about the Brawling Brews versus the Judgment Day?
Good match. It was a good match, but I don't know. It's just all right.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Austin Theory did defeat Mustafa Ali. Bobby Lashley attacked Theory afterwards. Matt Riddle did defeat Elias. I'm sorry, Matt Riddle and Elias defeated Alpha Academy again. What's the deal with Riddle? How did he just fall off like that?
Because WWE went back to him being a joke. That's what happened. I noticed it when I was watching. I noticed it when I like the next week, like after Extreme Rules. That's just they went a completely different direction with Seth and him going after the United States Championship. And so instead of going and trying to find a program for a Riddle, they were just like, go do what you were doing before you got into the serious program with Seth. And so he just went back to doing his comedy. He started bringing out the bongos, doing bong jokes. It's just, that's how they see him, I think. That's unfortunate.
That's crazy. He was taken more seriously with Vince McMahon versus what he's been with Triple H right now. And he was a Triple H guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't like the bongos thing, him and Elias. I think they're trying to help. I think they're trying to use him to get Elias over again. And it's just not working right now. Do they not have any tag teams on Raw anymore? Because we know Montez is hurt. And then you got Alpha Academy.
New Day's on SmackDown, right?
Yep. Los Lotharios on SmackDown.
I can't think of any. The Judgment Day, I guess. Yeah, they're one.
But like, why are we not seeing any tag teams outside of Alpha Academy going up against makeshift teams? Nobody's talking about the tag titles on Raw or nothing.
It's like they've been delegated just to SmackDown. But I don't know if it's because they're the bloodline or what, but yeah, that's just kind of dumb. Are the Brawling Brutes? Are they SmackDown?
They're SmackDown.
This is crazy.
Los Lotharios, New Day, Bloodline, Brawling Brutes.
Man, for the sake of the tag team division, I guess it's good that there's no title belts on Raw.
That's what I'm saying. Viking Raiders.
Oh shoot.
Not the Hurt Business. What's the name? Hit Row. They all on SmackDown. Imperium. Legado del Fantasma. They're all on SmackDown. So like we got Alpha Academy.
They're a joke team. That's it.
Yeah, like what happened to and it just happened in front of our eyes and we didn't catch on. And just the other day I was like, yo, wait, what the hell happened to the tag division on Raw? Because I remember they was actually like building them up for a while.
You know what it is?
What?
The tag team division on Raw was centered around the Street Profits, and they're out. So now we're seeing they were like the one consistent tag team, and now that they're gone, they have nobody else. So now we're not seeing any type of consistent tag teams on Raw. Oh, because they lost one team, which was just basically the centerpiece.
And then Randy Orton is out, so no more RK Bro.
No more RK Bro. I don't know. They said that he might not come back.
Yeah, he got the same injury HBK had. And he's, 40-something now? Appreciate the follow. You got a long-ass name. What's up, bro? 7959. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, man, I was just randomly thinking, I was like, I don't see any good tag matches on Raw.
Nothing.
Anymore. Like it's ridiculous. I did enjoy the Rhea and Asuka match. They seem to have good chemistry where Rhea got the win to give her team the advantage at War Games. But other than that, Drew McIntyre defeated Baron Corbin. So any thoughts on that? What's the deal with Corbin? Like, what do you think they're going with Corbin?
Oh, and Akira Tozawa is back to his normal character.
Well, that's good. We talked about that last week, so that's good.
This match sucked ass, dude. I don't know about you, but it was just, I didn't even watch it live either, but it felt like, oh man, it was just so bad. I don't like, man. Oh gosh. Just Baron Corbin is just insane. Like, I don't know why they put him on TV for that long, apparently. Dude, they put him on TV for a while. He had like a 17-minute match with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
That on TV, that just sounds like you're trying to punish your audience, and I don't know what they would have done to make you put on a match like that. That's pretty mean. But
are you calling us PG era fans? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying that's the reason why Raw or Baron Corbin is on TV? I need you to clear that up for me. So, but yeah, Baron. I thought they was gonna give him a new gimmick when he came back with JBL, or at least go back to I'd rather him go back to the Lone Wolf.
They won't make that happen. That would be great, but I doubt that would happen. Maybe if he goes broke again, maybe that's what he'll do. Oh, maybe he separates from JBL. Maybe it's a long-term thing.
I hope so, man, because the JBL
be like, I'm alone now. I'm the Lone Wolf. We'll just
the JBL thing didn't change him like I thought it would. So maybe Tozawa keeps beating him and taking his money backstage till he's bum ass Corbin again, and then randomly he just attacks JBL. He turns into this badass again, and maybe we'll see what happens on that.
Low key, I wish that I hope Akira Tozawa takes all of Baron's money and starts acting like a rich Akira Tozawa. Like he just comes in these suits every week.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
All right, well that's Raw. Let's get into SmackDown. Then we're gonna go back to NXT, and like I said, we're skimming through Raw and SmackDown because Survivor Series was just last night. So we just in case you missed any build up, we could talk about it. Becky Lynch is introduced as the 5th member of Team Bianca Belair, and she's not Big Time Bex anymore, which I love. She's back to being the man, so I did like seeing that. Because she would have came back as big time Bex, I would have been like, okay. I like the man character better. She went back to the old hairstyle and the swag of the man and everything. So, who did you think? Did you think Becky was going to be the fifth member, or did you have somebody else in mind?
Wasn't sure, but I will say this. I think them revealing who the member was on Friday was a smart idea, because if they have kept it as a surprise going into Summer or Survivor Series and Becky came out, they were going to get booed and the match would have got shitted on. And possibly
Boston,
because in Boston they were going to, if you're going into this with a surprise, you're going to think Sasha. Most people will get their hopes up and think Sasha. So so it's a good idea that they did this ahead of time, got that out of the way. You knew who was coming into that match. We've seen people shit on full pay-per-views for stuff like that not happening. The Royal Rumble after Bryan Danielson got eliminated by Bray Wyatt in 2014, and then Roman went to win it. People were shitting on him before Roman won, but holy smokes, man! Philly, hey,
poor Roman.
Philly for that. Thank you, Philly.
Poor Roman.
My God,
because Roman was doomed as a face from that point on.
Yeah,
and it wasn't his fault. Like it was just because they wanted Daniel Bryan at the time. And Roman just got put in the wrong place at the wrong time. They even brought The Rock out and got booed out. Like the Rock like, yeah, I'm getting booed. What happened? That
was amazing.
Oh, Jalen Hurts on his feet taking off. He's about to score a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
But on SmackDown, Becky Lynch came back out. I did like the matches that they had on SmackDown. Escobar defeated Butch to advance to the finals of the World Cup tournament, I should say. AEW much better to WWE. Hey, okay. Bray Wyatt claimed he did not attack LA Knight, and I didn't even know that part. I must have missed that. I thought he did apologize for it, but he claimed that he did not attack LA Knight, and he's continued to battle his demons. LA Knight, of course, not buying it. Viking Raiders defeated Hit Row, because Hit Row is that team on SmackDown now to just lose to everybody all of a sudden. Ricochet might be in my top 5 this week just for taking out Braun Strowman. Good job, Ricochet, man. The flippy guys taking out Braun Strowman. I'm not mad at that at all. And then we have Gunther and Imperium come out and attack Braun. So you know they setting up Braun and Walter eventually down the line. Probably the next pay-per-view, which is what, Royal Rumble now, since they canceled 2 other pay-per-views.
The 28th, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, which is probably Royal Rumble when they're gonna finally do that, because Gunther's gonna beat Ricochet or Santos by the end. So Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeated Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi. It was pretty much a handicap match because they attacked Raquel backstage beforehand again. Anyway, we already gave our ideas about Shotzi. They did what they did. Whatever. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus defeated the Usos in a War Games advantage match in the main event. Jey Uso and Sammy got their signals crossed. And before that, Sammy was caught backstage talking to Kevin Owens, and Jey Uso was behind the door hiding and peeping game. And so Jey pulls up on Sammy. He say, "Hey man, did you talk to anybody? Have you talked to anybody since you've been here?" And Sammy lied straight to his face. So I was like, okay, it's getting interesting now. I like what's happening. And Sammy's like, no, I didn't talk to nobody. But we're gonna get into what him and Roman did last night. But any thoughts on SmackDown? Oh, I forgot to tell you, LA Knight was attacked again on SmackDown backstage. He was seen laid out again on the concrete floor. So
I like the Escobar and the Ricochet, or the Braun Strowman Ricochet match.
Yeah.
I like that we're going into these matches with 2 fresh people. So really good, and 2 really good possible contenders to face Gunther. So I hope we get a rematch between Ricochet and Walter, because they can actually have a really good match left to their devices. So, which they weren't before. It was just a really terrible squash match that we saw. So we can see a really good match if this actually happens. I'd love to see that. RIP Hit Row, like their run has just been terrible recently. Like, goodness gracious, it's horrible. They're
Yeah.
just cannon fodder for every single team that comes in. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I don't know. Becky Lynch, like I said, I think that was a good idea doing that ahead of time. Other than that, I don't really have much else. I really like the stuff with the bloodline. But you said Jay dry snitching. They're trying to make B-Flab wrestle. They should never.
Don't do
maybe
that.
one day, but not anytime soon.
So Dave last night from Get the Tables said that they were brought back to lose, Babaruski. But Dave said that he thought that the IC title felt more important than the US title last night. And I was like, I highly disagree. Especially because Gunther hasn't really defended that title in a while since Rey Mysterio. And
Clash at the Castle.
yeah, I said I know they got the World Cup going, but Gunther really haven't been doing that until the last 2 weeks. And the week before this past week, he was running away from Strowman, which we talked about. So I said the US title, you 4 or 5 people, and it's in the main event scene every Monday night. Like that is the title of Raw. So I disagree with him. What do you think?
He said that the IC title feels less important
Feels more important.
after the match last night.
He was saying they're doing a match.
Oh. I feel like before the match, like I feel like prior to the lead ups of the pay-per-view, prior to the 3 weeks that they were building to this match specifically, I feel like he might have had a case. Especially with that match that Sheamus and Gunther had in Clash.
Yeah.
But they have done a very good job of making the United States title feel more like the title on Raw since Roman has been having this title on SmackDown for the past couple of weeks. So I wouldn't put the US title below the IC title now. I would say that they're equivalent with the amount of importance that these titles have. And I would say that they're trying more so on Raw to make this title feel even bigger than what it is because of that reason.
I mean, yeah, I think the US title feels way more important, especially in the last month. So I disagree with that. I want to get your thoughts on that. But that is I almost said AEW. That is Raw and SmackDown in a nutshell. We could go over NXT real quick since it had nothing to do with Survivor Series. That was a one and done deal back in the day where NXT dominated Survivor Series. Probably one of the best Survivor Series in the last 10-20 years or 10 years, let me say that. But going into NXT real quick, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown if I could get these damn results. So Wesley defended his title against Carmelo Hayes again. I hate the fact that Carmelo Hayes is still going after the North American title. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's crazy because Dave said it as well last night. We wasn't even talking about it. He just came out with it. But Carmelo Hayes lose to Wesley, and he's attacked by the returning Dominik Dijakovic, who's going by the name of Dijak now. And the crowd was happy to see him. He got this all black, look like a white Blade, a white version of Blade, from that Wesley Snipes played in the Blade character. But yeah, Dijakovic is back. As Dijakovic, Pretty Deadly defeated Andre Chase and Duke Hudson in the tag team titles match after Duke Hudson got into it with Pretty Deadly backstage and started brawling with them. Zoe Starks defeated Saul Ruka, however you want to say it. And then her and Nikita Lyons got into it, fighting back and forth. We finally found out who Scripps was, and oh my God. That's all I did was just bust out laughing. Like, what the hell is this? It was Reggie in the most ridiculous looking outfit and mask I've ever seen in my life. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And then he still did the same little flippy move to finish his main event. I'm sorry, as his finisher to finish the match. It was nothing impactful. He was just flipping around like it was still the same Reggie from 24/7 title. I I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Avi Nile defeated Kiana James. Core J defeated Wendy Chu in a match I'm sure Dark hated.
Bully.
Yeah, and then Alba Fire, Mandy Rose, Toxic Attraction, and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance all got into a brawl at the beginning of the show, and that is NXT in a nutshell. What stood out to you?
Give me 1 second. It's good seeing Dijak come back. That's the name he was going by in the independent scene. He was calling himself Dijakovic.
Yeah.
Or Dominic Dijak, excuse me. So he's using just his last name, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, that White Blade characterization is pretty spot on. That's exactly what
That's exactly what he looked like.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I would want Carmella to move on to the NXT title. I feel like one of the two. Yeah, if he's gonna stay in NXT, I want him to take the title off of Braun because Braun doesn't need to be champion, and Carmella's like the one person I feel like that should take it off of Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Seeing Charlie Dempsey appear on TV is really dope. He's William Regal's son. He was a very good technical wrestler in NXT UK before that collapsed. So he has that same technical style that his father has. So that'll be good to see him on TV again. I can't believe Barbaruski was right. That was just very funny to me.
He reading the dirt sheets, man. Barbaruski's reading the dirt sheets.
And yeah, I don't know. What do you think of this? I don't know, this Nikita Lyons Zoe Starks feud that's happening.
Zoe should kick her behind because she's the better wrestler. She's, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's leading to. My thing is, what's gonna happen with Mandy? Like, are we still doing this Alba Fire thing with Mandy, or like who's next for her? That's what I'm more worried about. Like Zoe and Nikita, I get it. That's another feud to have. Where's Lash Legend? Where the hell she been at? I haven't seen her in a while.
All of them are gone.
Yeah, so like it's a lot of women missing, but we did see. He said you paid close attention. Man, I wasn't listening that hard, honestly, to be recognizing people's voices from that shit. But yeah, I'm just, who are the tag teams? We're gonna do Kaden and Katana versus Toxic Attraction again, and then what after that? If Kaden and Katana win, who's next? What tag team is left? Where is Indy? Where was what's her name? Interception by the Eagles. Where was what's the girl name? Roxy. Like, I think Indy should be next in line for what's her name? For Mandy, if anybody, because she's been on a hot streak lately. But you know, the women's division is just all up in the air with me right now. I don't know what to think of it right now on NXT. So that's my thoughts on Nikita and Zoe. Zoe should whoop her, but what's next if that happens? You know, so I don't know, man. But NXT was all right. It wasn't nothing really stood out. I was happy to see Avi now back in the ring with Kiana James. Like I said, the script stuff was just stupid to me. Duke Hudson and Chase U, I mean, they're funny. I love their backstage stuff, but they're always losing. And it's like Pretty Deadly just comes out randomly just to defend their title, and then they just disappear again. Like, they really don't have a full rivalry going right now for the tag titles. They just pop up every now and then, get into it with somebody, defend them, and then they move on. So the storytelling right now, I'm not really feeling in NXT right now. It's like nothing is really consistent right now.
That's where I am with this promotion right now too.
So
NXT is a far ways away from what it was. So
yeah,
sure. That is for sure.
Oh, I see Nikita backstage. I didn't see that part. I'm just seeing it on the website now. That she was backstage dancing with Casey and Katana. I'm sorry, Casey and Kaden. So I guess they're going to be a little faction now. So I don't know.
Lord, did you see what Kaden was wearing on Tuesday?
Yeah, that was the best thing about the show.
Goodness gracious.
The best thing about the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Good Lord.
MVP. She might be in my top 5 power rankings, but so. But
Why does Darkness look like Scripps without the mask, bro? KM, you've seen Scripps without the mask. Why are you
bro.
saying that, bro? Come on.
That's messed up.
Oh, shoot.
Up, it's about to be
That's
14-0. Philly just scored again. They are on the road right now. For you Philly fans that's watching us, I'm gonna keep y'all updated. That's how we do, man. We keep you updated with the sports and everything, man. It look like they about to just blow them out the water. So we'll see what happens. And Dark is celebrating. I hope they blow a 14-point lead like we did.
Damn, disrespectful.
Yeah. But yeah, I have nothing else on NXT, so we get to AEW and then we can talk about Survivor Series and we're do our power rankings and we can go ahead and keep it moving.
All right, let's get into Dynamite. Thanksgiving Eve edition of Dynamite. We started off with the All Atlantic Championship match between Cassidy and Hager. This was like a comedy match that was had over Jake Hager, who was taking his his purple hat very seriously. Orange Cassidy ended up coming away victorious and retaining. Then at the end of the match, they were gonna give the people what they wanted when the Factory and QT Marshall came out to the ring. He starts talking on the mic and then the mic goes out, so he has the Factory surround the ring. The lights go out. Who is it? Julia Hart is at the top of the entrance ramp. The lights are on now and they're red, and the lights turn on in the ring, and the House of Black has returned, and they lay everybody out. The Factory, the Best Friends, everybody isn't safe. And then they kill security on the way back up the entrance ramp. It reminded me of Alistair coming back in NXT that one time when he went through the back way. That was funny. AEW World Title Eliminator, Ricky Starks against Ethan Page, with Ricky Starks coming away victorious. He's now the #1 contender to the world title. I think a lot of people saw that coming. A trios title, best of 7 match, Death Triangle versus the Elite. Death Triangle is up 1-0. This is a very interesting match.
Yep.
This show was in Chicago. So with that in mind, the Elite was playing to the recent situation that came out, which was even more interesting because Kenny, prior to the show, had said something along the lines of, let's just all get past this, that, and the third. Then this match happens. The Bucks go for a buckshot lariat, but Nick Jackson just lands right on his ass. There was a point where Kenny Omega was going for the Terminator dive, and right when he was about to start running, he put his hands up to the side of his face, like for this go to sleep gesture. Yep. There was a part in the match where Omega goes for he's going for the one-winged angel, but Pac fights out of it, and he fights his way into a fireman's carry position. So Omega nails him with the GTS, and Pac kicks out at 2. I think that's at the moment. I think that's the same time. That is the point in the match where the crowd started chanting "Fuck CM Punk," and it was funny because even after the match, we were hearing "Fuck the Elite" chants. So it was a very weirdly structured match.
It was a mixed crowd.
So the end comes when Nick Jackson low blows Ray Phoenix. Then he goes for a ring bell, and he's gonna hit Ray Phoenix with it, but Pentagon comes in and he catches what Nick's about to do, pulls out a ring bell of his own and clocks Nick on the head or Matt. This is all happening with Matt Jackson, excuse me. Clocks Matt on the head before he can do anything, and Ray Phoenix pins him. Then after the match, both teams are arguing with each other, and Ray Phoenix is upset with Pentagon for cheating.
Right.
That I didn't get at all, because that's how they won the first match, was because Ray Phoenix cheated. I thought he was on board with this. That was a lot in this match that just kind of confused me. And I understand that they were in Chicago, and with everything with CM Punk that happened, they figured we'll just play the heels in this. But there was some things that just didn't make sense to me in this match. It just kind of went too overboard for me.
Yeah, the trolling was funny. I was like, this crowd is very confused because it's like they was confused between, well, CM Punk is our guy, but AEW is our brand. So F CM Punk. No, well, F the Elite because we're Chicago. So it's like, yeah, it was funny. I like that match. I enjoyed it. What up, Poetic Beauty and Mr. Boggs? What's up?
Triple threat match. Hayter and Britt Baker and Jamie and Britt Baker against Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale against Ty Mello and Anna Jay. This ended with the Hate Breaker by Hayter onto Sky, followed by a curb stomp by Britt for them to get the win. After this, the Acclaimed says that they've arrived, and they come out. They say that they've arrived. Bowen says his shoulder's feeling better. They say Daddy has his fingers have healed, and you know what that means, and they scissor in the ring.
Yep.
That's when Sanjay Lethal and Satnam Singh come out. Jeff Jarrett shows up on the screen. They're not happy, but Billy cuts off Jeff Jarrett. Ring of Honor World Championship match, Jericho versus Ishii. This might have been my match of the night. Man, there was a spot in the match where Tomohiro Ishii chops Jericho so hard in the chest that this man literally is leaking. Like,
Yep.
I have not seen a chop. I remember watching when I was doing Flashback Friday streams. I watched a match, and it was a tag match that had Riki Choshu and Kenta Kobashi, and that was exactly what this reminded me of. Kobashi smacking a hole through Riki Choshu's chest, like is what Ishii did to Jericho. This looked insanely painful. But that was just at the beginning of the match, so they had a whole fucking 15 minutes to go through, and it just didn't get any better. There was a spot where Jericho DDT'd Ishii onto the ring apron, and Ishii went neck first onto that apron. It looked insanely painful. Then there was a spot in the match where Ishii hits a one-legged code breaker that looked crazy and looked like it caught Jericho right on the face. These two are like almost fit. Or Jericho is 50. Ishii's almost 50, and they're just having an insane match. But the end comes when Ishii goes for an enziguri and Jericho catches it into the walls of Jericho, and then transitions into the other submission for a win. So really, really good match.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there. It's just I don't know. I just wanted to see Jericho go get somebody else. I get the Ishii thing. I just wanted to see Jericho go get somebody else. Because I just saw Ishii have a good match, and I feel like that would have been a good perfect write-off match for him after that match with Kingston that he had the other day.
No, that was Drew Nakayama.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
well, I'm getting confused then. Well, there you go. So I would shut up on that topic then because I'm getting confused. So I could have sworn that was Ishii, but yeah, maybe. So who did Ishii wrestle before Chris Jericho did?
Oh gosh, Ishii. Oh gosh, that's
So I feel like I just seen him recently.
Did you watch any New Japan shows?
I might have skimmed through a couple of them on Thursday.
He was on I think he was on a Rampage. I think that might have been the last AEW show that he was on. But I'll try and find that out on Cage Match. But yeah, it's been a while since Ishii has been on here.
I feel like I just seen him
because he normally wrestles with the Best Friends. So I can't remember who exactly he was facing.
Yeah, I might have saw him skimming through the Thursday show of the Thursday tapings of the New Japan, and maybe they showed the highlight reel or something. But I know I feel like I've seen him recently.
So the last time he was at an AEW show was in September, and it was Eddie Kingston. That was his last opponent. But This was back in September, so you're technically you're not wrong. He did fight Eddie Kingston. It was just in September.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do we got here? So this was actually the final match. After this, Jericho went up to the entrance, and he was threatening to beat up Ian Riccoboni again. And Claudio came out and smacked Jericho in the face. and that is the direction for Final Battle. It looks like I am okay. I guess we feel the same. I don't have to ask it. Was not too excited for that.
I mean, I feel like Claudio needs his win back because he didn't really have a long run with the title. But at the same time, if you're trying to start a show, you're gonna do it with Jericho over Claudio. So it's just like, why are we having this match again?
I was gonna say my thing is that I wouldn't have had him lose at Grand Slam. If you want to have Jericho be champion going into this brand, just do it. Just have him win against who was it? Gresham. Just have him win against Gresham.
Yeah. So I mean,
just do that because now what? We've hot potatoed the title.
Yeah, and the whole point was
starting off a show with. So
the whole argument for the people that didn't like Gresham was like, well, you can't start a show with Gresham. Well, they didn't start a show with him. They didn't start a show with Cesaro either or Claudio either. It's most likely going to be Jericho, the champion, to start whatever Ring of Honor thing that they're going to start. So, he said obviously now they have a show I think made, and Claudio builds it from there. We'll see. I think Jericho's gonna be the champ heading into the shows, so which means Claudio's gonna lose his match, and what's next for Claudio? So is Daniel Garcia hurt or something?
No, he was there. He was at the show.
So I haven't seen him in a match. It feels like in a while.
I don't know what his direction is going into this show. I don't know who his opponent's gonna be. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like the last time I seen
Guevara.
I believe
and him
so.
And Danielson, and I think that was the last time he had an actual match. I think.
So I'm saying he's a champ.
So yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have just had him join the Combat Club. This is ridiculous.
Speaking of that, William Regal, is he done with AEW? Some people think he's going back to NXT. What's the deal?
Oh, yes, that was something I forgot about. I don't know how I forgot this part off the top of the show, but yeah, at the beginning of the show, William Regal came out and said that he said that first off that MJF wasn't going to be at the show, which is true. He's shooting for his movie. So he said that he will be there next week to explain an email that was sent from himself to MJF. And that he's going to let MJF talk about it and that he's not going to do anything. And so then Moxley comes out and he threatens to beat the crap out of William Regal until Daniel gets in the way of both of them. He starts pleading for Moxley to just back off and let him go. And that he's one fucking wrong move away from basically dying essentially. And, he helped me get, my dad was a alcoholic abuser and he helped me forgive him before he passed away. And he's just like, what would happen if your daughter felt the same way about you? And he talked Moxley off of a cliff, and Moxley's just like, he's like, Regal, you need to run. You need to get out of here right now, or else I'm going right past Danielson. And Regal left.
Don't come back either. I don't want to ever see you again. Like they basically wrote him off as the crowd song, nah, 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 hey, goodbye. They chanted F you, Regal. Why did he? Yeah, good. Bob Roos, I was going to ask that. Why did he slap Moxley?
This isn't over. No, we're going to have an interesting group. This is going to be like a Roman, what is it called? This is like a Roman Paul Heyman situation. You got two really good talkers that are going to be on TV every week. Yeah. And this is just the start of something. He ain't going nowhere. Absolutely not.
Now with the BCC in this situation, where does that leave Willa Eula?
They're all probably in. They're all still probably a part of the group, but I don't know what Yuta's doing.
Is he's gonna be like the middle guy? And you got Claudio. Like this is a lot of pieces that we got to figure out with the BCC.
Claudio admittedly said that he's not focusing on anything other than that ROH title right now. So he's just taking himself out of the situation, which is the smartest thing you could do.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's just like, I've got bigger things to fry, guys. You take care of this.
Now you mentioned the Britt Baker match with Jamie Hayter. What was it? Tag match?
And prior to the tag match, Renee Paquette came out to have an interview with them, where it was announced that not only is Jamie Hayter's reign being officially acknowledged as a actual title reign, but now Tony Storm's is as well. So
Yep.
Tony Storm's entire reign with that title is a legit title reign that they're adding to the AEW record books.
Good.
Which, yeah, I was gonna say they were gonna run into some big problems because as soon as Hayter beat Tony Storm, I think that's when a light switch just went off in a lot of people's heads. They were just like, hold on a second. Like if Tony was in term, then that means that she never really had a title reign. And then I think that's when Tony Khan is just like, okay, I know we got to do something like right now.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but in the match, Britt is the one that actually got the pin. What you think about that?
I think it's telling a really good story because if you also what happened at the beginning of the show was or at the beginning of that interview segment was Renee was talking to Jamie Hayter, asking her what she was gonna do, like, or something about her championship victory, and
Right.
Britt took the mic from Hayter and started answering for her. So
Right.
they're clearly doing something. Hayter's doing all the work. Hayter's actually has the belt, but she's still being treated like she's Britt Salaki, Britt's second. So
Okay, I was wondering if you caught that too. That
oh yeah.
she's the one that got the pin. Why is it just saying I'm live? Did I disappear or something? What happened?
I still see you on my thing.
Yeah, I thought I'm on YouTube still live and on Twitch. I know this thing just now not sending notification. I know it just now.
Oh my God.
We've been in an hour. Don't tell me Twitch just now sending a notification that I'm live. We've been live an hour. You said I did freeze for a little bit. Oh hell, man. All right. Keep going. Let's go.
Yeah, that's I think that's everything that I might have missed. So what did you think of Ricky Starks getting that #1 contender spot?
I think that told a good story in the ring. That was a good match. Good storytelling in that match. Only thing I hate about when they do good storytellings in AEW is the commentators will be on there telling you how good of a story they're telling instead of just, calling the match for what it is and enjoying. Yeah, these guys are telling a great story here. They got great chemistry. You weren't supposed. Don't tell me that. Like, let the fans know that. I don't want to know that. Like, I don't want to hear that from you. Like, we supposed to think it as fans. And then you talk about it in an interview on a podcast or something like that. Don't say it while you're calling the match. Oh man, these guys have great chemistry. They work well together. But they supposed to hate each other. I don't want to hear how they working well together. I want to just know this guy's winning this match. He's doing this move, all this storytelling. I don't want to know about that. Like, I don't want to hear y'all say that. That's just me being picky. But I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear my announcers telling me that. It's like Michael Cole, because he's done it a few times back in the day too. Which like, yeah, these guys, JR does it all the time too. Yeah, these guys have great chemistry, and it's two guys that hate each other, but they're having a great move sequence. And JR is talking about their great chemistry. JR, they beefing on the storyline. I don't want to hear about their chemistry in the ring. So, yeah, it's just stuff that points out to me. But yeah, right, Babaruski. Rob, we an hour in, so Rob is here. I guess Rob just not getting that notification from Twitch that just sent out an hour ago. But what up, Rob? What up to my people on YouTube? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. AEW was a good show, solid show. Yeah. No champ, which is kind of disappointing since he just won the title. But it would have been nice to see him in Chicago. Just for a little bit, even if it was pre-recorded on the screen, it would have been nice to see the new champ on the first Dynamite. So he said it says the stream started 7. Well, I don't know what happened, Rob, honestly, but hey, whatever. We're here. AEW is a solid show, man. So shout out to AEW. You got anything else on it? You kind of went out. You went in and out.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. All right, cool.
All right. Good
I got nervous. I was like, oh, here we go. We about to black out the screen and we're about to freeze and all that. So that's typical Melon for you, man. Let's get into the main event. which was War Games last night. Very good show, very solid show. It was really only one bad match in my opinion. I don't know how Dark feels about it, but it was really only one bad match. But let's give you the rundown. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you every detail. You should have seen something by now, or you should have came in through the watch-alongs that we did last night if you want details. Man, this bleach. You got bleach going up in the house. It's coming out here. I can smell it. It's coming out here strong too. Boy, she's trying to kill me out here, bro.
Hey.
But
It's on camera. It's on camera.
yeah. Team Bianca Belair, which is Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, aka Meacham, Becky Lynch, and they defeated Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley to open up the show in the Women's War Games match. AJ Styles defeated Finn Balor in a very technical match. Right after that, Ronda Rousey defeated Shotzi. Shotzi had to basically fight 2-on-1 again because Shayna was just all over the damn ringside. And I was like, yo, why? I kept asking on the stream last night, why is she still ringside? Ref, kick her out. Like, it felt like they had an AEW referee doing that match because Shayna was just doing everything in the book and ref did not remove her from ringside. Austin Theory cleanly beat Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley to become the two-time United States champion. Then the main event, the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, Solo, the Usos, Roman defeated Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch. And those were the matches. It wasn't a lot of matches. It felt like NXT TakeOver. The storyline backstage, Jay was snitching on Sammy. He was like, hey, I called him Oos. He was talking to KOs and he's sitting there saying, you know, he told me that he didn't talk to him and I was right there, Oos. Roman said I would look him dead in his eye and we're gonna figure it out. And we're gonna see if he's lying and I know what to do from there. He calls Paul Heyman. Wise man, get the phone call, Sami Zayn. Paul Heyman's holding the belts. He calls Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn comes in there. Roman stares him in his face, eye to eye. But Sammy told the truth when it came to Roman. Yes, I did talk to Kevin Owens. And actually, Kevin Owens was talking to me. I didn't talk to Kevin Owens. I lied to Jay because Jay had a big match later on in the night, which they end up losing anyway. And Roman looked him in the eye like for about a good minute and a half after Sammy said what he said, just staring at him just to see. He hugged him, and then the camera panned to Roman's face, and Roman's kind of looking off like, yeah, I don't trust it. So he was like, oh man, I think he about to get Sammy. And that's not how it turned out. Sammy was the MVP of War Games, like moving Jay out the way. I think Jay probably might have broken one of his fingers with Pete Dunne spreading his fingers like he did. I heard it pop, and then Jay was just like holding his hand for the rest of the match. So it might be something to look out for. But Sammy pulled Jay out the way. Low blow KO, saying this is his family. Hit him with the haluva kick and just laid him out for Jay to get the Uso splash and get the win. And then they embrace at the end of the show. Everybody except Solo, who's just that badass, who's just been standing there. You might have to keep an eye on Solo, because Solo ain't throwing up the ones. He's just there looking mean, got his arms folded. Bobby Ruski, did you hear his hand? Like we reacted to it on stream because we heard it. Like it said pop just like that when he did it, and Jay was like holding his pinky to hold the rest of the match. And then Tony said he thought he heard Jay mouth out to the ref that he broke one of his fingers. Like that was nasty, dog. Pete Dunne can't do that to me. I'm sorry, you got to take that part out the match, Pete. You can't just bend my fingers and snapping like that. But that is War.
Beauty. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, man.
But what did you think about War Games? Touchdown. Y'all just blew a 14-point lead just like we did. And they're about to take the lead. Thank you, Packers. Thank you, Packers. Y'all was talking flying high. Flying high.
Oh, we good.
Y'all was flying high. At least get out of here.
It's only second quarter. We good. You good?
Yeah. It was only the first quarter when y'all was up 14-0. Or 13-0 because y'all missed the extra point. But back to War Games.
It's still in the first quarter. Okay, yeah, we good.
Yeah, but back to War Games. Go ahead. I talk shit as as the Packers take this lead.
Oh Lord. This was a good show. The women's War Games match was it was solid. I've seen like what I took from this was that I've seen better War Games matches, but these were pretty solid for what they were. I thought that the women's War Games match was it was an interesting match. I thought some things were really good. Like Rhea Ripley was presented very well in this match.
Boy, was she. It was a lot of them in that match. There you go.
Hey, it's a good thing I wasn't on here drinking because that would have been something else. But anyway,
I was.
But yeah, Nikki Cross, I don't know, man. She was weird in this match, and I didn't understand it. It was just strange. Becky Lynch, I don't know. She was in here for like 5 minutes, and she just seemed to be like the cheat code for the faces. I thought my standout of the entire match was Io because of all the big moves that she did. I thought she was really dope.
She's the vet of the match.
Yeah. Beyond that, I thought that the women's match was fine. It was fine. The AJ Styles Finn Balor match, it was a good match. I don't have anything negative to say about it, but I thought it was just a good match. It didn't blow me away. I didn't come out of that like saying, man, this is a match I'm going to need to go back and watch. I just thought it was a good match that they had. Ronda Rousey and Shotzi, they did the best they could given their situation. If they had a better story, I think I would have been into it more. But just the outcome, and Shotzi wasn't really a great opponent going into this. So yeah.
Who do you blame more about that over that Ronda Shotzi? Because I know who I blame more and who I give more credit to.
Blame who and
as far as that match being like between those two competitors, with the match being what it was, who do you blame more out of Shotzi and Ronda for that match being like it was?
Oh, for the match. Oh,
so I think Shotzi actually put on a pretty good showing, but some of the moves Ronda just would not sell. Like that apron DDT, she wasn't about to take that move.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't have a problem with. I didn't think my whole thing was that I just could never get into it from the beginning, so I didn't think that any one of them made the match worse. I just was never into it from like the jump,
Yeah. I think Shotzi she had a pretty good showing though. It wasn't. She did her job. I feel like Ronda could have sold better.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronda's moveset wasn't great. Like she had a couple of spots, but for the most part, it wasn't great. It was more about Shayna Baszler and Shotzi. So and then like she caught her off the top rope. Shotzi did a dive off the top rope, and Ronda was trying to turn it to a hip toss. And it looked bad. So it
looked like Ronda barely was able to get that off in time. But the triple threat match, I thought that was my match of the my match on the show. This reminded me also a lot of Lesnar, Cena, and Rollins from the Rumble, like where you had like two big stars. With in this match, it was Rollins and Lashley up against up and comer in theory, where Rollins was that up and comer in that match. That was out of place. Theory is the one that's out of place in this match. He ended up actually winning. So I thought that was an interesting way to book that, because Vince booked it in a completely different way when he had that exact type of setup. Was it now? 7 years earlier? So I thought this match was really good, and I really thought the ending was very creative. I loved it. So these three like showed the hell out. Did you notice during Austin Theory's entrance how there was that Beyblade thing?
Yeah, we were talking about
weird,
that.
Dude. What the hell was that, man?
Like some type of video game they was promoting. It was crazy when it happened. I said on stream, I said, well, he's losing because he can't even get his own Titantron.
Man.
And he ended up winning clean. They made Austin he looked dumb 2-3 weeks ago, and they have completely turned him around. Like, hey, good job on creative getting him serious again, man. I did not expect him to win that match last night. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Bobby Lashley is. You want to be a heel or a face? You're dapping the crowd again, so I'm gonna just take you as a face from now on. So Monday night, don't come out acting heelish again, talking about the crowd this and the crowd that, and you chant one more time with Brock. He's not neutral, Rob. You can't be neutral talking shit about the crowd 3 weeks ago, and then the next 2 weeks you're fist bumping and pointing and posing for the crowd. I don't want to hear that. Like, you need to make up your mind what you gonna be, and just be that. Be that. But that was the match of the night. Theory won. I was shocked. I had just literally just called Seth Rollins the king of triple threat matches, and I still think he's the king of triple threat matches. That's when he really shines. If you watch the matches with, like you said, with him, Cena, and Brock, the stuff that he was doing in those matches, and then the triple threat match with the Miz and Finn Balor at WrestleMania, the things he was doing in that match, like Seth Rollins really gets his shine on when it comes to triple threat matches, and I still think he's like the king of triple threat matches, in my opinion.
And the main event with the Bloodline and the Brawling Brutes, with McIntyre and Owens, I thought that was a good match, primarily because of the storytelling that they had to do with Sami Zayn in that match. I thought that was really, really, really good, and that's what drew me into it for the most part. And that ending I thought was fucking amazing. I thought that I had been spoiled because I saw this layered picture of Roman hugging Sami Zayn, but I didn't see the bottom half of the picture, so I assumed that Roman was going to turn on Sami, and I was just like, well, I already know what's going to happen now, and I was shocked to see that they actually were just like, no, we're going all the way with Sami, a part of the Bloodline. So I think that's going to make this very, very, very impactful when Sami gets kicked out. And yeah, this just continues to be the most, I don't know, it's just the best storyline that WWE has going right now. How they handle Sami coming out of this is going to be interesting. The direction is going to be very interesting, because I don't know whether they have Sami go after, I don't know, maybe the Usos with Kevin, or if they have them go after Roman, because I think Sami beating Roman could be equally as big. The problem is, I don't know if that you would, because what's his name? Cody's going to probably win the Rumble, so you're probably going to have that going on too.
I think you got to at least do one match with Sami versus Roman for that title.
See, if that happens, I think that Sami has to win. So I would say that maybe
I would love it, but I don't think he will.
Maybe you have a 2-night event. Maybe you have Sami and Roman on night 2, Sami Cody night 1. And Roman loses 2 nights in a row. And then Roman just disappears from TV after losing both his titles.
Ooh, you trying to give him 2 L's.
Hey, for him to go as long as he's gone without losing, and then to lose 2 nights in a row on the biggest stage, I think that would be a great story. And then can you imagine the pop the day that he comes back?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be huge. But I think if Sami does end up going against Roman, I think Solo is turning with Sami.
You think so? You think so?
I think Solo will be the one that, if they ever do Sami versus Roman, I think Solo will be the reason that Sami gets over on Roman. Man, and then once that happens, Roman disappear, it's gonna be a tag team feud between Sami and Solo versus the Usos.
That's bold right there.
Hey, sometimes you got to be bolder. This storyline has been going on for 2.5 years. He said, I don't think Solo loves Sami though. Bob Roode, that's the only time Solo react is when it's with Sami. And the Eagles just scored again, so there you go, Dark. Touchdown for the Eagles.
I told you. I look at you. See this face, never worried once. I know what's up.
Okay.
Hey, you know what it is.
Play defense though, but yeah, man, I think Solo, like, I've just been noticing Solo and how he's been like moving this month. And they did the media scrum or press conference, whatever you want to call it, and they had Paul Heyman sitting next to Sami, and they asked him, what did they ask him? They asked him about, like, is Sami the most important member of the bloodline outside of Roman Reigns. And you know, Paul finds a way to put everybody over. Paul's like, well, it depends on what you're talking about. You're talking about muscle and backup. Solo is the most important member of the bloodline. If you're talking about, you know, we need somebody to take out two people, the Usos are the most important. And he said, I'm the wise guy, I'm the brain. So if you need somebody to strategize, it's me. But he's like, as far as Sammy, he said Sammy brings a whole nother element to the team that nobody expected, and he brings a whole nother element that we didn't even think was going to work at first. He's like, but this guy can literally have the whole bloodline in a ring in front of a live audience, and they all break character and laugh. He's like, who else do you know that will break the whole bloodline multiple times in the ring, and they all just laughing? And he's like, he connects with the crowd in a different way. And he's like, he's keeping us fresh because we've been doing this for 2.5 years. And he just brings a whole other element that we didn't even know that we needed.
He pretty much went the long route of calling Sami Zayn the jester of the group, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy is just here for our entertainment. That's what he brings to the group. And I was just like, Jesus. I was like, this is amazing. Like, that's why you want Paul Heyman in these things. It was amazing. It was great. Yeah, that part of the press conference was amazing. And then at the end of it, Sami Zayn's just like, well, that was some nice things that was said about me. I was
right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, hey, man, we gonna see, man. I would love to see if they do turn. I would love to see Sammy get at least one title match out of this with Roman before Roman leaves. I would love to see it because that crowd would be on fire for Sammy. You think of all the false finishes. Oh man, that crowd will be on fire for Roman and Sammy. So I would love to see it. And I think if it does happen, Solo's going to be the one, because Solo has already been on record saying he never wanted to be a part of the bloodline from jump because he wanted to do his own thing. And he didn't want to be a part. He didn't want to just come in and be like, oh, I'm the little brother of the Usos, and it's the reason I'm doing this and that. So he's already made that clear before he left NXT.
Oh, damn.
So on top of that, they asked him on the bump. I believe it was the bump. He's like, they asked him about his relationship with his brothers and Roman. And he said, well, me being a younger guy, and they was always, you know, ahead of me and hanging with other friends that was their age, I really didn't have a big connection with them like that. He said all three of those guys are like really connected. He said I was just kind of like the cousin that you see every now and then and you show love to. So he's already putting it out there. His connection is not the same as the Usos and Roman. He was like, they were older than me. They was doing their own thing. I was around, you know, just trying to grow up. And he's already said he didn't want to be a part of the bloodline when he first got to WWE. He wanted to work himself into the bloodline eventually, but he wanted to make his own name first. So I'm thinking Solo's going to be the one that turns with Sammy if it happens. And he'll be Sammy's muscle. So that's just my opinion. Y'all can clip that. You can mark it down. Whatever you want to do with it. Because if it does happen, I will be bringing this clip back up. Y'all know me. So, but other than that, man, anything else on Survivor Series?
No, I think that's it.
Out of 5.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say.
Out of 5, what is your ranking from 1 to 5?
I think if I was to rank this, I would give this a solid. I'd give this like a 3.75.
Oh damn, you didn't even make 4.
Nah. Well, I gave Full Gear a 4, and that was a great paper for you. So
you gave that a 4?
I give it a 4. I didn't even go higher than that. I think I may have given it a 4.25, but yeah, I thought that this show, it was. I don't know. I don't know. There was some things that happened on. You know what? There's only 5 matches on here too.
It was only one bad match.
I was gonna say there's one match that I just don't care for on here, but I'll go solid 4 then. Yeah, I'll bring it up to a solid. I'll bump it to a solid 4. If I went 4.25 on Full Gear, yeah, because the Ronda match was just. It can't go any higher than that because of that. But the other matches weren't bad. Like the AJ Finn match, it wasn't too long, It was like the perfect length, and I actually had a good time watching this. Especially how Michael Cole talked about how both of them were the leaders of the Bullet Club too. For a second I thought he was saying that we were gonna watch a match to see who was the better Bullet Club leader, and then he just said this was the better leader. I was just like, getting pretty close, Michael.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Bloodline match at the end, I thought the story for that was very good, and the triple threat match was amazing. And the women's War Games match, it wasn't my favorite War Games match, but good lord, definitely by no means was it the worst War Games women's match I've ever seen, and that was that 2.0
last year. Yeah.
Holy smokes. So yeah, so this was a great sight to see. So this was way better. So I'll give this show a 4 out of 5.
Ooh, interception by the Eagles in the red zone. But yeah, it was a lot of eye candy in the women's War Games match. Rhea, Bailey, Bianca, even Nikki in the black. And then you got Io. And yeah, it was nice. But it was a couple of sloppy moments. Io was trying to go her little headstand on the top rope, and she just fell.
Like
she just
3
completely
times.
fell.
Never. Oh my god.
It was hilarious. But we knew Io was going to be the MVP. I kept saying it last night. She's the OG. She's the vet. It was a lot of new people in War Games. Bianca's been in 1. Rhea's been in 2. Io, I think, has been in all of them. So, like, Io
He'll be in every single women's War Game match?
I believe so.
Wow.
I believe she's been in all of them because she was in the 2.0 one last year too, right?
Jeez, the way she was. Good lord.
So yeah, Io has been. I
love that spot that she had with the trash can on her too. I was laughing.
Yeah. So Io is a vet, and then her and Asuka, they got to set that up. You said you didn't think Baker was jumping. I knew she was gonna do her leg drop, which really is a butt drop.
That was dumb. Yeah. Oh my god.
They had to give Becky her high spot moment so she can win. You know how that was gonna work.
I saw her do that, and I was just like, for the love of God, Becky, just do a frog splash or something. I know you don't normally do it, but don't do what I think you're gonna do. And she just, man.
Yep.
I was like, you are gonna hate your life. Oh my lord.
Everybody was on stream like they better be glad they wasn't Rhea or Bailey or Bianca jumping on them, sitting on them like it would have been a wrap.
Oh, Rhea? Oh my god.
Yeah, it would have killed him. It would have killed him.
Looking at God. That's the last thing you would have just seen that, and then all of a sudden the clouds would have started opening up.
There you go. So, man, yeah, that's it was a good show. I gave it a 4.5 because it was only one bad match in my opinion. The Finn and AJ match wasn't the same as that first Survivor Series match they had a couple of years ago.
Was that a Survivor Series or TLC?
It might have been TLC. Because this is when everybody got sick. The Fiend got sick. Roman was sick. And they just kind of put some matches together. Was it?
Man, that match was amazing. I think it was TLC.
Yeah, but so their first match was fire. This match, it had a good storytelling to it, and it had a good ending and all that. It's just it started a little too slow for me compared to their first match. So it started a little way slower than their first match. So, but it was dope, man. Shout out to Survivor Series, Triple H, man, getting it moving right on through the card. And y'all know what time it is now. It's no time to wait. So let's get into our power rankings for the week. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got our power rankings. You want to go first? You want me to go first? Top 5.
I will let you go first this week.
All right. Let me write them down so I can keep them in order. So number 5, I'm gonna give it to House of Black. For their return, they came out. Hold on, this thing ain't letting me change the background back to freaking. This is so stupid. Hold on, man. Get this game off here real quick. Actually, do I have a power ranking background? Let me see if I got one loaded up already. Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Just in case I do have a power rankings. it's not gonna let me upload. It's not letting me change the background. I actually do have a power ranking, and it's not letting me change it right now, which is
ridiculous.
So stupid. Okay, let me try it now. Let me change it back to budget cut. Finally, see we can do a power ranking one. See how it look. Nope, still won't let me do it. All right, well, whatever. So, but House of Black number 5 for they comeback, big return, big ovation, big huge pop for them. And it's just good to see them back, man. I've been waiting to see them guys back for a while, so that's good. STG, yeah, all right. That's wait to the sports one. That's what we're doing. Number 4. Death Triangle number 4. 2 wins in a row over the returning Elite. I did not expect that. Even now, the best of 7, I thought they was gonna split 1-1. They got 2 wins in a row. They're probably gonna lose a series, but they got 2 wins in a row over the Elite, and they just returned. So I gotta give Death Triangle top 5 for that. They're number 4 spot. He said, I think best of 7 is a little too much. What else would you done? Best of 5? Like, they're gonna put on classic matches. He said, I would love to see Death Triangle win. Yeah, me too, but I don't think they will. And when the series is over, it's gonna go 7. Elite's gonna get their titles back because it was for them anyway. So, House of Black number 5, Death Triangle number 4, number 3. I said I told you off stream earlier that I had my top 3, but I might have to change some things up. I give it to Becky just because she returned. She got a pop, and then the fact that they let her finish the match. She was the one that got the pin in the hot spot in the match. So they obviously telling you that Becky's gonna be doing something again major. She might be setting up something with Rhea. Who knows? I don't know, but I give it to Becky just because they decided to give her the hot spot and the pin of the War Games match. And that was her first War Games match. Number 2, I'm gonna give it to Austin Theory. Austin Theory did his job. He beats Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins clean in the ring. He didn't cheat. He didn't low blow nobody. He didn't use weapons. He actually got dropped on his head and rolled Seth up for the pin after being dropped on his head because Seth had him up for the suplex and Seth got speared. And when Seth went down, Theory landed right on his head and still had the whereabouts to roll Seth Rollins up. So Theory number 2. Number 1, I could make it a group thing or I could make it a Sammy thing. I'm gonna say the Bloodline, but Sami Zayn is the number 1 because he was the main event guy. He was the face of War Games. He was the whole story. Everybody was there to see what Sami Zayn was going to do, and Sammy was the guy. Like he's the one that finished War Games for the Bloodline. So that's my top 5 right there. Once again, House of Black, Death Triangle, Becky Lynch, Austin Theory, Sami Zayn, and that's my top 5. What the hell just happened to the Eagles? I see them running the opposite way. Whatever happened, it ain't good for the Eagles. I see the Packers guy on defense running the opposite way, and he's about to score.
R.I.P. It's number 5 for me. Goes to the Elite for the match that they had with Death Triangle. I thought that was a really dope match, and even though they had pulled some shenanigans, it's always good seeing them back on TV. Number 4, I give to Death Triangle for coming away 2 weeks in a row victorious against the Elite, and had a really good match again. Like this combination of the 6 of these guys is just insane. So we're just gonna be seeing great match after great match after great match for 6 weeks. And then the 1 week that we won't be seeing this, we're gonna see Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay face each other at Wrestle Kingdom. So
dang, that's right.
Yeah. So holy smokes, fantastic. So for my number 3, I'm going to give that to Chris Jericho
That's a good one.
Because holy smokes, man, this was his best Ring of Honor title match that he's had during this entire run. And this match with Ishii was insane. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go and check it out on YouTube or wherever you can see it. But this was a really good match. And he's 50. So, and Ishii's 46. So they were still having a fantastic match at their ages. It's nuts. Number 2, I give it to Austin Theory. This guy needed a good reason, a good character change, and he had one last week. Came back serious on Raw and won the title in a really good triple threat match on the best match on the card from last night's show. So congratulations to Theory. I give him that number 2 spot, but I agree with Dope. I think the number 1 spot has to go to Sami Zayn for being the focal point of the entire show. And just without him, then the match doesn't carry that much weight. I don't think we're talking about the match in any type of light that we are now. So Sami Zayn was very, very key to all of this. And yeah, Zayn has to be the number 1 person of the week. So that's my number 1 pick, Sami Zayn.
There you go. There you go. You know what we forgot? And I just noticed this.
What's that?
Rampage.
Oh, geez, you want to go over that real quick?
We completely forgot Rampage. So
we had the match started with FTR and Top Flight. FTR retained the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Jericho Appreciation Society hits the ring, and that's where Claudio challenges Jericho for another title match. Jericho accepts, but he says that if he wins, that Claudio has to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. And Claudio agrees. Renee's talking to Toni Storm backstage. She has 2 black eyes from Full Gear. And Tony says that Hayter had to pull out every trick in the book to win. And she's never... she asked Toni Storm what it feels like now that her title reign is being recognized. And she said, I've always thought my title reign was recognized. So this is nothing new to me.
Right.
So Darby Allin against Anthony Henry of the Workhorsemen. Darby Allin wins. But it was good seeing the Workhorsemen on TV, so I'm hoping that we see them in ROH when that starts, because they seem to be at every ROH event. So Hikaru Shida and Queen Aminata, with Hikaru Shida winning. Dark Order against Rouge, Butcher, and Blade. Rouge, Butcher, and Blade win after 10 from the Dark Order rushes down to the ring and betrays the Dark Order and turns his back on them, and then takes off his mask and throws it at one's feet, and joins the group of undesirables, is what I like to call them. So good Lord. And that's it. That's Rampage.
Any thoughts about the turn?
I don't think it's a good idea for anybody involved.
Yeah, I agree. I was just like, I just shook my head. I was like, okay. Okay. That's pretty much all I just looked at the screen. Was like, okay, what's next? That's because I didn't care for it at all. I was like, so it is what it is. I thought you would have something different.
No, yeah, no.
So,
that was
yeah. Oh well.
Which is unfortunate, because I feel like, yeah, that's if we're all thinking that right now, I don't think that's a good sign.
Yeah. So.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, shout out to Rampage. I completely forgot that we skipped right over it. We did SmackDown, Rob. We just kind of put SmackDown and Raw together since there's no point with Survivor Series was last night. And we actually went more into SmackDown than we did Raw. So yeah, show up on time. You know, not an hour late every stream, and you'll be able to see the stuff.
It's calling you a buster.
Just saying. You acting like a real N-word right now. Always an hour late. You on black people time. We ain't doing that. Get here on time. But yeah, that is the show, man. Let's you have a show of the week that you want to do?
My show of the week, I guess, would be, Survivor Series, because I mean, besides the one bad match, it was nothing really offensive about this show.
Yeah,
So I would give it to Survivor Series.
I'm gonna give it to Survivor Series as well. And that is, you always on Black People Time. That's why you always missing stuff, Rob. That's your fault. So you always miss stuff. Dart, that's the show for the day. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Hey,
YouTube and Twitch. We got it all out the way. We did good. We talked noise about the Eagles and the Packers. Now, see, the Packers just scored a touchdown, right? And all they had to do was keep the extra point to take the lead. These fools missed the extra point. So now it's 20-20.
You see? Hey, it's all good. We got this.
So it's something going on with that side of the field because the Eagles missed the extra point on that same field goal earlier. So it's something going on. Maybe the wind on that side. I don't know. But they both missed and they both went the same direction too. So, but it's a good game going on right now. So for the people that watch sports, see, we don't even hold y'all long like that. So we get you in, get you out. We done did a different format. Like, hey man, tell people to come through the show. Football season, y'all tripping. Y'all ain't been coming through here like y'all been coming through here, you know, when it ain't football season. You know, I appreciate the ones that do come through, but y'all coming crazy, man. But this week, Tuesday, I have the sports podcast with Tony, 10:30 in the morning, or somewhere between 10:45 and 11. Let me say that, depending on how fast we get everything loaded up and ready to go. I'm gonna try to load this graphics card up maybe tonight. Hopefully I can do it tonight. We'll see. If not,
I have faith in you.
Yeah, I don't. But like, I'm good with technology stuff, but when it comes to like an actual PC, that's when I'll just be like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I can literally mod a whole Xbox right now and have no problems. But when it comes to a PC, I just be like, I'm scared to touch anything. So like that's just how I am. I'm scared to touch stuff on PC. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get it done tonight, man. I appreciate the people that helped us get the tier 2 of the graphics card thing that we did. I just realized, you know what, we ain't moved. We got stuck on tier 2. I said we ain't moving, so I'm gonna just take that and I'm gonna just put my money with it, and you know, just go ahead and get it on Black Friday, and that's what I did. So hopefully by Tuesday's stream, everything will be looking even more clearer and yada yada than what it does now. Rob, you ain't never destroying us in predictions, so stop it. You've been horrible since like the first 2 weeks of the season, bruh.
Tyson is fashionably late as usual. Florida man.
Well, yeah, there you go, Florida man. Ty, let's get out of here because Ty go come in and he gonna be all on King head again while we trying to leave. So let's get up out of here before Ty go crazy. But I'll be back Tuesday. Yeah, look, I'll be back Tuesday. Oh, now see, he's already started. I'll be back Tuesday, and then we'll see. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. I hate that shit. Oh my god, this week went by too damn fast. I hate it. So we'll see. We'll see about the rest of the streams. But go ahead, Dora. Promote what you gotta promote.
Got JWA and MTDW coming at some point this week. I think that's about it. So nothing too crazy happening this week. So
there you go, man. I've been doing YouTube exclusives, posting music videos of me on drums, doing drum covers to certain things. So y'all can check that out on YouTube. We are 10 away from being at 1,900 people, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube. The goal, once again, was 1,500 by January. We're about to be at 1,900. So now the goal is 2,000 by January. Let's see if we can pull that off and get these people up in here, man, coming through to watch the shows. The Jay Leon thing, we finally did the Jay Leon thing. YouTube banned it for like 2 days because some stupid account in Britain is trying to claim parts of it as their own stuff, which is clearly me and my cousin talking to Jay Leon. And then the parts that they're claiming is not even like a highlight or nothing. It's just literally me and my cousin on the screen by ourselves talking after Jay Leon's phone cut off. That's literally us talking. And he said he's going to come back for a part 2 because he said his phone died. So he hit me up late on that night. His phone died and he couldn't get back in. So, yeah, bro. 2 days without the video being on YouTube, but it's back on there now. And what's crazy is we're still in the whatever you want to call it, the trial or whatever about the copyrighted thing. So they still haven't decided if they're going to release it and all that, or let me monetize it and all that stuff yet. But they finally put it back on YouTube at least. So we'll see what happens. I'm shooting for Antonio Tarver next, man, and Roy Jones actually. I emailed both of them. Tarver has been liking my stuff on Twitter, on my personal page. He's been liking a lot of the stuff of the Jay Leon stuff, so he seems like he's interested. I inboxed him and emailed him, so we'll see whenever he responds. And then when Roy Jones people responds, I hope so, Rob. I really hope so. It's a long shot. Again, we're not ESPN yet or Fox Sports yet, but we're getting there.
Will be.
So yeah, we're getting there. So even Jay Leon said, he's like, hey, Pete, you're gonna look back on this interview, down the line, you're gonna be like, dang, Jay Leon came on and now all of a sudden I'm blowing up. So hey, we'll see. Hopefully Jay Leon got that pull like that. We'll see, but hey, I just appreciate him coming on.
Gonna call it the Dope Sports Network.
There you go. That sounds good. There you go, Dart. I like that. And we go. Everybody that's rocking with us is going to be. Yeah, everybody that's rocking with us is going to be getting paid, because that's how I am. If I blow up, my co-host blowing up. If I getting paid, they getting paid. So that's the goal. I want to be able to build the whole team from the streamer homies that we can all just take advantage. Oh, that's nothing. This might happen in February, maybe sooner. So I've already got approved for a Roku channel.
Oh, hey!
So pretty soon, I don't know how soon I can get everything on there, because I still got some paperwork to finish out and all that. But Dope Content has been approved for a Roku channel. So pretty soon you can go on Roku, any smart TV that has Roku, and we'll be able to just see our stuff. It'll be
ESN's about to be a real thing.
Yeah, like it'll be sports podcasts, it'll be budget cut podcasts all day. It'll be just like replays of all this stuff going on all day. So that's the new thing we're shooting for next year at the beginning of the year. So I forgot to announce that. I meant to announce that last week, but there you go. Now you got it. So shout out to the people that's here. Got the exclusive. There you go. So pretty soon our wares are not going to be free like that. So enjoy the free wares that you're getting from us, because our wares not going to be free. Tony's wares on sports, even though he be wrong a lot of times, Tony wares on sports is not going to be free too much longer. Dark wares is not going to be free, too much longer. Then that's the goal. And then once I get, whatever Push wants to get on, if we can get him on, like, again, I'm trying to build a team. And like, once this channel does come up, I want to be able to put all y'all stuff on there. So, I just want to, so everybody can get their shine. So like, I'm not just trying to just me. I'm not that type of guy. I want everybody that ever showed support and love, ever worked with me. I want everybody to get their shine. So, yeah, man, that's we out here trying to get it. So shout out to y'all for coming through always, even though the handful is dropping, because everybody wants wrestling. Give me wrestling. So yeah, you know how that works. all those people can eat a dick. That's what I feel about them.
Get
so,
some.
Yeah, there you go. So, but yeah, Dark, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
Nah, that's it, guys. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later. And thank you for coming. Appreciate all of y'all as always.
Yep, let's leave you with the same way that we came in. The best of budget cut. What? Now, this is not season 1. I don't think this is season 1. It's just a best of budget cut season 2, I guess, so far.
Yeah.
And we still got some more to add to it at the end of the year or sometime before the spring. So y'all be safe. I might raid somebody. We'll see. But until then, enjoy this video.
What is going on with this Wendy Chu character? All she does is go and harass beautiful women. They are just, they're all victims. What did Toxic Attraction do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. They didn't do nothing. What did Tiffany Stratton do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. Leave these women alone, Wendy.
They are the bad women, Dark. They the bad women. They heels, man. They are heels. Christian, dude, I'm so glad they letting him do this right now, especially with MJF being gone. Right now, Christian is like, you know what? I got you. MJF gone. I got you. Let me be this.
Like they were pissed off that these guys had the belts. They're just like, this was a prestigious title down in the UK, and now you guys have it. And now you have these two freaking idiot country people in the fucking ring going like, yeah, fucking.
I'm gonna drink beer and all that bullshit.
Hey, all right.
Or Jesus Christ, they're gonna lose. She's gonna lose her fucking cash in, dude.
On the screen. Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't see that? Oh, yeah.
Nah,
Simi proposed to take on. Yeah, they're engaged now.
Well, damn, she got 2 months. And it's gonna be over, buddy. Over.
What about Rosemary, Tony?
Bruh.
Rosemary is okay at times.
I just heard laughing. I didn't even hear it.
Right, he didn't even respond. He just started laughing. That's disrespectful.
We're into the pay-per-view, just 1 hour. Oh,
2 matches, 3 matches.
3 matches.
Three matches.
Yep, 3 matches.
And we know the Jericho match is going to be at least 45
How
minutes.
do you feel about this match now that it's over?
I'm just glad it's over and done.
Okay, Ernest.
I feel like they could do some things with it. Kind of like back in the day with, when they had DOA versus Los Oretas, I think that was their name, versus the Nation, those 3 groups. We joked about this before.